Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today I'm going to be previewing the Dallas Mavericks San Antonio Spurs matchup as we're seeing the Spurs and Mavericks play in the second game of a back-to-back on ESPN. I'm so excited for this game. I don't know if there's a game that we've seen in the first couple games outside of my favorite team playing that I've been more excited for, in this opening couple days of the NBA basketball being back. Looking at last night's 2 games and then tonight's 12 games. And even if you want to look at tomorrow's 2 games, the Golden State, Denver, Indiana, OKC doubleheader on ESPN tomorrow. Out of the 16 games we're going to see in the first 3 days of this NBA season, outside of my own team playing, the Houston Rockets playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, there is no game I am more excited for than this game between the Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs. We see a guy like Cooper Flag, a generational talent that I think is going to be, such a good talent in this league. I just was listening to Inside the NBA on ESPN now. Very weird to say that, but and just while listening to it, and Charles Barkley saying this is so right when saying this. With Cooper Flag, there are not a lot of players like Cooper Flag who's drafted number 1 overall pick and goes into a NBA championship contender right away and be a really good help to his team like Cooper Flag is. I mean, like, You've got a couple examples of it, like Magic Johnson and Tim Duncan are examples of being a number 1 overall pick, getting drafted to a good team that could possibly have a chance to win an NBA championship. Look, if the Mavericks are in a good seeding position and have Kyrie Irving, Cooper Flag, Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, the group that they have, Dallas 100% could win an NBA championship this year. So, but that we'll have to see. But there have not been a lot of number 1 overall picks that are in the situation he's in, being on a good team. And that's going to be interesting to watch with Cooper Flag. But it's the matchup. It's not just Cooper Flag, but it's the matchup. He's going up against another generational talent and, Victor Wembanyama. These are, I think, in my opinion, and this would be a lot of other people's opinion, the best 2 draft picks, number 1 overall, we've seen since LeBron James was drafted. And so it's going to be a fun game tonight. Starting lineups, you've got De'Aaron Fox injured for the Spurs, also Kelly Olynyk's injured, Jeremy Sohan's injured, Lindy Waters is injured, all those guys are out. Spurs starters should be Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Harrison Barnes, Victor Wembanyama, and Luke Cornett. That's just my guess. Those aren't confirmed. But the Dallas Mavericks starters are confirmed. Cooper Flag at point guard, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. Doubtful is Daniel Gafford. Dallas is running a big lineup. And if that's something you're going to need to do when you're facing the Spurs, who have 7'5" Victor Wembanyama, then 7'2", 7'1" Luke Cornett. So both teams are going to have good size out there. It's going to be a fun one. If I have to go with a prediction, I've got Dallas. If San Antonio had De'Aaron Fox, I might lean towards San Antonio in this one. But with no Fox, I'm going with the Dallas Mavericks to win this game. You guys, let me know your thoughts on this game in the comments, and peace out.